Just because one is disabled does not mean they are put at a disadvantage. They are normal human beings like you and I. Like you and I, through hard work and determination, they can accomplish the impossible. Like you and I, they can do things beyond imagination. Melvin, Tong, and Zhariff Affendi are both amazing examples of what a dedicated individual can hope to achieve.
You were born with the affliction, right? You were born with...
Yeah, I was born the way I was.
You've never looked it up. So you're saying that the lack of arms hasn't really affected you as much?
Wow, I went through that. Well, yeah, pretty much actually. I just never bothered to know what was the reason or whatever it is. You know, to me it was just how it is. It's cool. My main company is called the Zhariff Initiative, and we're basically consultants for programs. We design programs for corporates on campaigns. We call ourselves a creative communications company, and then now I also work here as well, which is this organization called MTEM, which is Majlis Tindakan Ekonomi Malaysia, or the National Economic Empowerment Unit.
Do you think the lack of arms has affected you in a really large way? Has it held you back?
Not really. Well, I mean, of course, there's its whole range and set of challenges. Maybe on a perspective standpoint, you know what I mean? Maybe some people might not be able to see beyond my physical condition. But
so you've encountered people like that?
Maybe not obviously
really,
kind of thing. You know,
they don't outright discriminate?
No. There isn't any outright discrimination or anything like that. You know, I think I don't allow it to happen. You know, in a way that, what I mean by that is that I just maneuver the way that everybody does anyway, and I think a lot of people kind of act as in it's also they don't realize that I don't have hands in a way. You know what I mean? Or
they pretty much just ignore the fact.
Yeah, I know it's not about ignoring the fact. I think it's about acknowledging that there isn't much difference. You know what I mean? It's if I wore glasses or didn't wear glasses, what difference would it make, right?
This is a special testimonial that I'd like to dedicate to a good friend and a colleague, Zhariff Affendi. Now, despite being born in a rather rare and special circumstance, Zhariff have been the symbol of persistence, strong will, and defying the odds. What happened was Zhariff has come up to be a very strong character, not only in portraying that life and its achievements are achievable despite any difficulties or struggles that he has gone through, but at the same time he has also shown that he can be a successful entrepreneur, but not only an entrepreneur that makes tons and tons of money. We're talking about an entrepreneur who inspires the world, who inspires youth to believe in themselves and to believe in their capabilities to change the world.
How about your family?
My family is super cool. I mean, they're very supportive since I was a kid, and even up till growing up as well. Yeah, they are very supportive, both financially, emotionally, of course. Man, I wouldn't be the way I am today if they weren't awesome. I went to all normal schools since I was a kid. When I was in Standard 1, my mom actually registered me to go to the school, Sekolah Rendah Jalan Geni, and the headmaster actually didn't really accept my application because he felt that they didn't have any or sufficient facilities to cater to someone like me, I guess. And I didn't quite get that point really. And then my mom told me this was during that not first day of school, the day before the first day of school, and I actually spoke to the headmaster, and I guess there was a 6-year-old boy telling off this headmaster that I don't know what his problem was, right? And then I showed him that, check this out. I took out my book, and then I spelled his name. I asked what his name was, and I spelled my name, and then I said, so I can write and I can read already, so I don't know why you wouldn't allow me to go into the school. And then I think he was a bit taken aback, and I said, don't worry, we'll figure out everything else, just let me get in here, and we'll see how it goes, yeah? And then I went to school, normal school.
I was 17 years old, studying in Bukit Bintang Boys School in PJ. It happened right before my SPM. I remember as soon as right after the holiday started, the very next day I went for a checkup. So that was when we first discovered that there is something abnormal behind my right knee. I think after the second biopsy, we confirmed that it's a type of soft tissue cancer known as fibrosarcoma. I think that time my feeling was more like I'm really very tired with seeing all the different doctors. It's not just walking in to see me, but imagine it's like walking me to see me but wait 2-3 hours just like just now, just to see me for 10 minutes to tell you that yeah, probably we need to refer you to another doctor, and then the wait start all over again. So to me that time I was really frustrated with all the wait, and I just wanted it to get over with it. My car business, like in this showroom, it started off as an imported car dealer. We import and sell cars from different brands. Currently what I do is I teach young people like yourself how to make money with your car. So car is more than just a liability, but it's an asset, it's a current asset. So I show young people how to buy their first car, how to get their second car, and look at all these cars, vehicles as an investment as well.
So you're basically intertwining your passion with your business in itself.
Yes, and I think that what I want to do in the car line, that what I'm doing now is actually educating everyone around me to look at car differently.
He takes things very lightly, in a very good way. Everything is no problem. Everything is no problem. By the way, it's a very important thing. So it's very positive, and it's quite cool. And then you don't feel bad at all doing something wrong because everything is no problem. Let's do something else. To me, it's a very important attribute as an entrepreneur.
How about the way like people treat you? Do they treat you when you first cut off your leg? How was your family's reaction to it? Your friends?
The way I look at it is that most people care mostly about themselves. So it's like knowing that one of your friend got into accident, it's like, oh, you're very sad, or you probably visit him once, second time, and after that, you let him heal. Yeah, and you move on with your life day to day. So to me, it's more on our own self, how we look at it ourselves. If we look at it as a matter that would affect our life completely, then it definitely would. Definitely, I mean, it brings changes to my life. I couldn't run, I couldn't drive a manual car, and maybe I can't do a few more things, but I still could do everything else. For the younger generation today, it's a good time for us to actually just stop always thinking of ourselves, but think of the people around us, because life is too short to live it all by yourself. Share your empathy, your compassion, your love with someone else, and make the world a better place.
Well, I guess life is awesome as well, but it's also pretty hard as well. There are a lot of challenges, and we go through a lot of different challenges. Whether or not it's brought up by ourselves or the environment around us, right? And we all have a lot of limitations as well. But at the same time, I think there's always hope in whatever you do, as long as you're passionate about what you do, as long as you're sincere about what you do. And I think at the end of the day, you just have to do